So, Matt, what was the big surprise so far for you?
So far, I haven't really seen any big surprises. I mean, we knew pretty much they were going to hold their rate steady through at least the end of this year. We didn't expect any change in the deposit facility. And really, you know, the changes that we're expecting, Alex, as you know, I'm sure, are in just the language when they talk about the help that they can give to banks that need it, TLTROs. So we still need pricing. We still need details on the TLTROs. And then anything on tiering. If they even mention it today, it will be a little bit of a surprise and may lift the euro to some extent. But we don't expect, I've talked to a number of analysts throughout our programs here in Europe this morning, we don't expect them to really say much about tiering, certainly not to give any kind of details, as there are still a number of governors on the board who are very firmly against it.
There's nothing, Matt, there's nothing in the headlines about tiering at all. There is something in the headlines that says they specifically make no reference to TLTROs, which is not a huge surprise. They talked about it last time, but they said they were going to study exactly the details of it, and I don't think we'd expected, had we, that they'd have details in this meeting.
We don't expect them to have details in this meeting, but I think some market participants would like to hear still about it at the press conference. And surely they'll get peppered with questions about the TLTROs at the press conference. Draghi may say right at the beginning, listen, I'm not going to give you any pricing details. But the bottom line is some banks could be getting loans that they'll be paid to take. They'll be paid to accept funding from the ECB. And certainly all of the bad news on the European economy that we've seen, from the downgrades by the IMF to concerns out of Italy and a bigger budget deficit there, are going to weigh on the ECB, and they're going to be difficult to sort of brush off at today's press conference.